the NFL on EA Sports. And the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the Detroit Lions and the Atlanta Falcons. And it's kicking off next on Madden NFL 25.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us down south to Mercedes-Benz Stadium on the west side of downtown Atlanta. So good to have you with us, Mike Tirico, Greg Olson up here in the booth. And Greg, this is one of those games that it's a little old school. Maybe if it was in black and white, it would be fitting, right? We got a couple of teams who love to hand it off and see their running backs do it on the ground.
And it's just so cool. You mentioned it, Mike. Maybe 10, 15 years ago, this would have been the norm on any given weekend, but we're seeing the game trend to more of a passing style offense. If you want to score points, it mostly comes through the air. So for these two kind of throwback offenses that rely so heavily on their running backs, for anybody that loves old school power football, I think we're in for a treat.
The punter, Bradley Pinion, will handle kickoff duties. And off we go here in Atlanta. Here's Craig Reynolds to return. Good job in coverage. They're going to get him down short of the 20-yard line. So that Detroit offense taking the field for the first time. Number 1 overall pick in 2016 leads him out, Greg. It's quarterback Jared Goff.
You see Jared Goff now taking the field, and he's coming off one of the best seasons of his career, and he's certainly quieted a lot of skeptics around the league, Mike, and leading his Lions team to the NFC Championship just a season ago. He has his eyes set on taking that next performance here, certainly help him achieve that goal.
A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. Here's the first carry for the Iowa State Cyclone, David Montgomery. The defense all over this one. They get him behind the line of scrimmage, a loss of a couple.
The offense thinks that they can just kind of plow this one up there in the middle and keep the chains moving, but not on this defense. Not only do they not pick up the first down, but after suffering that loss, now they've got some decisions to make on 3rd down.
Right side, it's Laporta, the tight end. And they're going to move the ball all the way up to the 45-yard line.
These 3rd down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Williams in motion. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And he'll be marked down at the 45-yard line.
The timing of these RPO concepts, that's the entire key. Remember, Mike, in the college game, they get a 3-yard window that they're allowed to be downfield even on a forward pass. That's not the rule in the NFL. These decisions have to be made quickly. If not, even after a good pickup, you could be coming back due to a flag.
That'll be caught. It's Jahmyr Gibbs. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's 2nd and 6. Williams in motion. Throwing on 2nd down. Goff. That's right side and brought in by Williams. And he's into the end zone. Jamison Williams. Touchdown, Detroit. Exactly the way they scripted this one. A beautiful opening drive, Greg. Able to find the end zone on the game's first possession.
And, Mike, the word that comes to mind looking at that drive is execution, and that's exactly what they talked about all week long. They wanted to come out early in this game and establish an early rhythm, and that's exactly what they did with that touchdown drive.
Now Jake Bates on for the extra point. It's up and good. And the Lions will take a 7-0 lead. So after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. McLeod now to return. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. The Falcons set to take over here on offense. They'll be led out by the lefty from the University of Washington. It's Michael Penix.
There's a lot to like about this young quarterback, and of course, we're going to have to wait and see. Can he take advantage of this opportunity in front of him, Mike? But he has not been shy. He says, I know I can play at this level. I know that I can lead an NFL franchise, and we're going to get a shot to see it here, and I'm excited to see what he can do.
And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
So you come back out here after watching the opposing team score first, and what you want to do is you got to establish a little early rhythm and get the drive started. Get a little positive energy into that huddle, and what hopefully starts out good ends with you being able to get some points of your own.
On second down, Penix. And he'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
Here comes 3rd and 6. From the gun on 3rd down, here's Penix. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. He's going to have the first down, and that one good for 9, and the drive continues.
He's in a really nice rhythm here on 3rd down. He appears very comfortable operating out of the gun, and he's able to find his man near the sideline, and he's able to extend this drive.
Line of scrimmage is the 37-yard line for 1st and 10. To throw again, it's Penix. He's got his man, it's Mooney.
This may look like a simple connection, Mike, just pitch and catch, but I can promise you the amount of time these two guys have spent together on the practice field, in the meeting rooms, just getting on the same page, seeing the game through the same set of eyes, it makes what's pretty difficult seem a lot easier.
They'll run it for the first time with Bijan Robinson. And he's got it. First down. A pickup of 4.
It's possible they could have tried to be a little bit more aggressive on 2nd down, knowing they had 3rd and inches in their back pocket. But I don't think anyone's going to complain. Pick up the first down, extend the drive, see if you can go score.
They'll come up here. 1st and 10. Another run here for Robinson. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
So you're on the sideline and you're watching the other team go right down the field and score on their first drive. As a play caller, you have to be careful that it doesn't throw you out of your initial plan coming into the game. They wanted to establish some ground game here early, and that's exactly what they did.
Now the lefty Penix on 1st down. That'll be caught by McLeod. The rookie from Washington on target with that one. It is a 1st down.
It's pretty evident, Mike, when a quarterback and his wide receiver are operating on the exact same page. The anticipation, the timing, the accuracy of both the route and the ball. And when they're working together like this, that's the definition of teach tape.
On 1st down, it's Penix. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up 2nd down.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
On 2nd down, here's Penix. and he'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan, and then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the second phase and what they call plaster, meaning find the nearest receiver and almost play him man-to-man, and it's exactly what they did here, and there was nowhere for the ball to go, and he's forced to just throw it away.
That's to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Trying to get it to Kyle Pitts. And that'll set up fourth down.
I like the idea of taking your shot there on third down, pushing the ball downfield, looking for the touchdown. But now as it brings up fourth down, you're already this close. You're in field goal range, but do you keep that offense on the field and try to maintain possession and see if you can come away with 6? And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Reynolds now on the return. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. On the ground, Montgomery to start the drive. And he's going to wind up losing yardage here, and that will take us to the end of the opening quarter of play. Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. A second down throw for Goff. To get this complete, it's Williams over the middle. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on third down. They'll try and run it here with Montgomery. And he'll convert, picking up the first down at the 46-yard line. Goff to throw. It's caught by the tight end Laporta. And he's out of bounds in great shape down at the 15-yard line. It is a big play there for the Lions. 39 yards.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone. And this is where you have to finish drives.
Line of scrimmage is the 15. It's 1st and 10. Goff with the give to Montgomery. And he's going to be stopped in his tracks. He'll lose a couple of yards on that one.
How often do we see linebackers be so fast trying to track down the ball carrier that they end up actually overrunning the play and allowing the running back to cut back? But not this guy. Does a great job staying in phase, stretching this ball out sideways, and he brings him down for a loss.
Williams in motion. On second down, Goff. Catch is made. That is Williams. And the Lions are going to have 1st and goal as the tackle's made at about the 5-yard line.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there. From the 1, 2nd and goal.
They'll run with Montgomery. And he'll just get up inside those big bodies up front, and he's in. David Montgomery. Touchdown, Lions. A lot of big bodies down there, but at the end of the day, the one that mattered, the one with the ball, finds the end zone for the touchdown.
Yeah, once that back gets the ball, Mike, he's just looking for a little crack of daylight, and he's thinking, I'm going to run into it and just hope I come out the other side. And in this case, the other side's the end zone, and they get 6.
Here's Bates for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Lions extend their advantage to 14-3. So after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. McLeod now to return. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. The Falcons offense about ready to get going on their second possession. They trail now 14-3, so an 11-point deficit as they start things out with 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Robinson. And he's brought down after a gain of a couple. Two minutes to go here till halftime. Greg and I back to Atlanta in a moment. 2nd down and 8. From the gun, here is Penix. And he's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down. So backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. On the give, it's Robinson. Now Detroit's going to use their 2nd timeout. So on 4th down, the Falcons bring on Bradley Pinion to punt. Deep for the Lions, Collie Freeman. Now fair catch is called for and made right there at the 45. The Lions offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. Here's 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Goff. He's got Laporta open on the left side. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards.
As a route runner, once you identify zone coverage like they were playing here, the key is find open space and stay in it. He did a nice job here because that was not a big hole. The quarterback had to put a little extra on that one, and they were able to make the completion.
He'll go right back to Laporta. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the 1st down.
You can see the eyes of the quarterback. He's trying to push this ball initially downfield, but with the defense doing a good job keeping a lid on the coverage, he's forced to check this ball down to the shallow route. But this is something that they know in the future. If I need a couple yards, they can come back to this play.
And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a 1st down.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch. A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Goff. And he'll be taken down. They got him back at the 50-yard line. Matthew Judon in there for the sack.
Outside of a turnover, this was probably the worst-case scenario. Immediate pressure in his face with nowhere to go with the ball downfield. Just get the ball out of your hand. Live to play another down. Instead, he retreats backwards and leads to a massive loss.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. Here's Goff. To the outside, that's St. Brown. And they were hoping for a little more on that one. Brought down well short of the first, so it'll bring up 4th down. So we reach halftime, and the visiting Lions are in the lead. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Mike, thanks very much, and welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports halftime report. In that first half, it was David Montgomery who proved to be tough to stop. He wound up finding the end zone on a touchdown run to help give his guys the advantage here at the break.
Coach, thank you. Back here on EA Sports as we count down to the kickoff of the second half. McLeod now to return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Falcons offense going to have a first crack at it as we begin this 3rd quarter. The deficit is double digits, so work to do as they begin this drive with 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Penix. To the right, that's Pitts. And that's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. The training staff going to look, and we'll step out for a moment. Here's 2nd and 2. Off the play fake, here's the lefty Penix. He's trying to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not, and be taken down there.
This is where the playmaking ability almost can be a detriment to a running quarterback. They have such confidence in their ability to keep plays alive with their legs that sometimes they hold it just a little bit too long, thinking they can make the next big play, and good job by the defenders tracking them down and took them down for a loss.
Here's a 3rd down and 4. They send the tight end in motion. Penix on 3rd down. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Here's the quarterback doing everything in his power to extend this play, and none of his guys could get open. You got to see someone separate, work with your quarterback, go into scramble second reaction mode, and let's also give some credit to the back end doing a nice job plastering with their assignment, and he had no choice but to throw it away.
A fair catch called and taken right at the 30-yard line. The Lions offense ready for their first possession of this second half. They built a nice lead for themselves here. They'll try to add to that, beginning with 1st down. So they start this on the ground with Montgomery. And he's going to be stuck well behind the line of scrimmage. A play going absolutely nowhere.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
They'll stay on the ground. Again, Montgomery. And he'll only manage to pick up 3 yards. And that leads to third down. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. From the gun, on third down, it's Goff. He's got his tight end. That's Laporta. That gets him to 100 yards exactly after that reception and gets his team a first down.
This is the age-old dilemma that defensive coordinators go back and forth on. Is the best pass defense to send more big bodies at the quarterback and get the ball out of his hand? Or is it to really pack your back end, Mike, with more defensive backs and more guys that can guard space? In this case, they got a lot of defensive backs on the field. Quarterback has a lot of time to find the open zone and leads to a big play.
And that one knocked away. It's incomplete.
And up until this point, this has been an incredibly efficient game from this quarterback. I mean, it's hard to think. Here we are in the second half, and that's only his second incomplete pass. So finally, the defense is able to do something to disrupt his timing and finally try to get him out of this groove.
They move Laporta, sending him in motion. Goff to throw. A throw complete to Tim Patrick. And that'll go for a gain of 7, and it's going to set up third down. Now, Goff. He'll get this one complete to St. Brown.
Offensively, landing a lot of body blows on this drive, Mike. Just the ability to steadily march the ball downfield and remain so efficient, both run and pass. As they continue to wear this defense out, they have to find a way to end this drive with points. Anything short of that will be a bit of a letdown.
They'll run to the right with Montgomery, and he'll get about 6 there, setting up second down. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. One more time for Montgomery. And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
What makes great linebackers stand out from the pack is their instincts and their vision. In this case, the linebacker has his keys, brings him right where the ball is going, and he's able to make a play at the point of attack and keep this to a no gain.
Throwing here is Goff. He'll look underneath here for Montgomery. And he will have the first down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
The most impressive thing about this drive, Mike, has really just been their efficiency. They've just continued to pick up first downs, fresh sets of downs. We just saw there with that third down conversion, continue to possess the ball. These opportunities to come away with points continue to go up.
They move Laporta, sending him in motion. Goff to throw on first down. He'll get that into the hands of Williams. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
Just take what the defense is giving you. When you can stay ahead of the chains and just take these easy pitch and catch throws underneath, hitch routes, quick game, now it puts you in a lot more favorable down and distances to eventually attack this defense a little bit more downfield.
So, 3 quarters now in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll come up now for second down and 4. Goff. This throw out wide to St. Brown. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down.
And this is the blueprint, Mike. The ability to sustain and maintain possession and methodically move the ball down the field in the process. The defense has had no answers up until this point, and now the next step is, can they come away with 6? Because anything less than that.
And he'll take it on in. Jamison Williams. Touchdown, Detroit. That is second touchdown of the afternoon. Greg, that's one of those scores where it's not completely over, but it's getting to be about that time.
Yeah, Mike, I just think they're entering miracle stage right now, and I just don't think there's any coming back from this deficit.
Bates now for the extra point. He's got it. And the Lions move out to a 21-3 advantage. So after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. McLeod now to return. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. Here comes the Atlanta offense now. They get set to take over once more. Things not looking good. But see if they get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with first down. That one is caught by Mooney. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Out of the shotgun, it's Penix. That's complete to McLeod.
Nothing a quarterback loves more, Mike, than being able to pick up a first down without being forced to push the ball downfield and force it past the line to gain. He settles for the underneath check down. He's confident that his receiver is going to pick up the rest after the catch.
On 1st and 10, it's Penix. Looking middle there, but it's incomplete.
I can't exactly put my finger on it, but it just seems like this entire game, like this passing game and this quarterback specifically, they've just been off. And whether it's missing these big shots downfield like he did there or just simple underneath layups, there's just something about him today that doesn't look right. And I think it's a big part of the reason they find themselves trailing here in the 4th quarter.
Carlton Davis there defensively to break that one up.
Well, that's 2 straight plays now where this secondary has won their matchup, and right now the offense needs to find some plays that just call for easy completions. Get your wide receivers in space. Allow them to run after the catch, because right now these downfield passes, the defense is all over them.
Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. That's taken in, and he's going to be out of bounds a couple of yards short of the marker. And they fail to convert on 4th down.
You find yourself down big. It's the 4th quarter. There's really no choice but to go for this at this point. But once again, this defense, they're up to the task, and they come through yet again with a huge stop.
So Jared Goff and the Lions offense getting set for this next drive. And he has been in control of this offense. Want to run you through some of the action from earlier on. You've got the 2 touchdown passes, over 200 passing yards. He has been excellent all game long. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. On the handoff, it's Montgomery. And not a lot there. Only up to about the 41. Here's 2nd and 9. Here's a handoff to Montgomery. And he nearly got free. But as it is, gain of 6, and it sets up 3rd down. So 2 minutes left to play in the second half. We'll come back and finish this one off. After this, they'll empty out the backfield and line up for 3rd and 3. To throw is Goff. That's a short one caught by Laporta.
Well, nothing real fancy here, Mike. Not a huge pickup, but anytime on 3rd down, you got to know where the sticks are, who's your most reliable player, and I think everybody in this booth knows exactly what position that is.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Now Montgomery. Open space to the 35. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
Here's a case of an offense just piling on. You're really imposing your will on the defense. Everyone in the stadium knows you're going to run it. The defense knows it, you know it. And no matter what they do, they have no answers whatsoever.
On 1st and 10, it's Montgomery. Not much happening there, just a short gain. Here's a 2nd and 9. So a win for the visitors, the Lions. They didn't quite get the shutout they were hoping for and likely deserved. This was a tremendous defensive performance. They held the other guys to just a field goal, that's all. And that defensive unit was the driving force in this victory. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long, everyone.